Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, once again. How's everybody doing this evening? I know it's a little late, it's almost 10 o'clock, but I just had to get another video in. I had to talk to y'all. So, I just want to talk a little bit about the draft coming up. We're about a month away from this draft, so I know you guys are excited as I am about potential picks that we're going to get, whether we're going to move up, we're going to stay pat, we're going to move down. I mean, there's so many different options going on right now. And because we're hosting the draft this year, it just makes it all even better. Now, also, too, um, I'm going to get into, I already made some videos earlier that you guys seen about the signings and stuff that we got. And, you guys voiced your opinion on my comments. I seen all of that. It's a lot of Dez hate right now for some reason. If that's your opinion, it is what it is. You could be right. He could be gone. We don't know. I could be right. He could still be here. That's the thing about football. It's ever changing. One thing that they say about the NFL is player acquisition is 365 days out of the year. It never stops. Teams are always trying to better themselves. I hope that they're trying to do that. And again, this is what teams are doing. They're bettering themselves. They're trying to create competition, and because Jason Garrett speaks that all the time. We want competition. We want competition. We want to make sure that all of our players are not getting comfortable and not getting to a point where it's like, okay, this is my job. I can relax. I can sit back. I can chill. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Whoop de whoop. Nah, it ain't about that. You got to come to work every day. Look at Jason Witten. Jason Witten is one of those players that this team, we need more people like him. And hopefully, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame one day. And hopefully when he leaves his team that we'll have some younger guys that are stepping up to take that role. Because Jason Witten himself, if you look at the things that Jason Witten has done on this team, and basically like he's just been a mentor to these young guys, especially Ezekiel Elliott. And you got guys come out of the draft. You got tight ends coming out of the draft this year that's never even seen or met Jason Witten. That look up to him and model their game after him because they say it all the time. So, I mean, that's a big praise to a guy like that. So, again, these are the players and the type of players that we want on our team. But of course, you got to have that knucklehead here or there because you got to have that guy that has raw talent. But you want your guys to have raw talent, but you don't want him to be a problem on your team either. Hence, Odell Beckham. Now, just quick, I just want to say about all the players and stuff that's having off-field issues and getting arrested and getting into fights, and it's crazy because it's like you haven't heard. I mean, you heard the article in NFL about them players doing this and doing that, but I don't see the NFL investigating anything. Now, ever since the Zeke incident, I don't know if that deterred Roger Goodell, if they're trying to go back to letting the police do their job and letting teams do their job as far as disciplining their players, but I haven't heard the league doing anything as far as disciplining players since Ezekiel Elliott. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like it's a time and place for everything. It's a time for them to investigate, and it's a time for them to sit back. For instance, perfect example. Let's go back to the Ezekiel Elliott case for 1 second. Ezekiel Elliott had a 6-game suspension. He fought it for so long, which me as a player, I would have done it too if I was a player. Because, again, he lost damn near $3 million. And that's hard, especially a young guy coming out of the league, and it's like you get your money and then it gets taken away. But that's neither here nor there at this point. But I say that to say that Zeke seems like he learned his lesson, whether he did it or not. He hasn't been in the news. Great job on that. We haven't heard anything. So he's probably upset right now. He's probably like, I'm about to show this league who I really am, and this is the year to do it. with these additions that we got on this line from free agency, like your boy Cameron Fleming and Marcus Martin, and moving Lyle back inside to guard, I feel like we will have a more solidified line this season. Now, OTAs and training camp is going to be real interesting because it's going to be a lot of competition. It's going to be a lot of moving and shaking. But as far as the offensive line, you don't want to keep moving your guys around. You want them to be in their spot that they're going to be in and play that the entire time. Because everybody thinks that unless you played offensive line or unless you've been around the league and seen things and know different schemes, each part of the line has its duties. None of them are the same. So if a player is versatile and know different parts of that, then by all means. But if you're a starter, you're supposed to play that one spot. Because what happens is you start moving, you're not as good as this side, you're not good as that side, and all of a sudden it becomes a problem because you're gonna falter. You don't need that. We need cohesion because again, an offensive line, you just can't plug and play every game. You can't switch up an offensive line every game because they work as one. Yes, they have their different roles, but they all work as one. Now, you see with our three main guys, Travis, Martin, and Tyron, they have solidified their spots. They know each other like the back of their hands. They know what each other's going to do. When they're pushing and pulling, offensive line, you can't really see what they're doing in the trenches, but they'll make sounds, they'll make noises, they'll make hand signs, they'll do something to let the other person know what it is. And they know they're the only ones that know what those calls mean. They're the only ones that know what those signals mean, which I think is kind of cool because it's like I know you very well, you know me very well. I go like this, or I wink at you, or whatever. You already know what we about to do. So get Fleming in here at that right tackle position, and like I said in the last video, Lyle is going to be good at that guard spot, in my opinion, because he literally was pancaking mother. He was pancaking. He was eye hopping them. Matter of fact, that's gonna be his new nickname for me. I'm gonna call him that all year long. If Lyle starts at that guard position, coming in the game, number 71, I Hop Collins. That's gonna be his name. Don't steal my name now, because I know y'all gonna be trying to steal my name. Don't steal my name. I Hop Collins. Pancakes all day. Free pancake day. You know what I'm saying? Like every game, a hashtag that. I'm gonna do that on Instagram too. But yeah, so I'm excited about these new guys on the team. I'm excited about what we're gonna do in this draft. The wide receivers that we got, they're good compliments. Now, real quick, for you guys that was commenting about Dez, I appreciate your comments. I do. Again, when I say things, it's not always necessarily how I feel. It's how I believe what the team is going to do. And realistically. Because it's more than football than feelings. There's money factor. There is what team needs and all of that. You have to take all of that into account when you look at things. And, hold on one second. Sorry, I had to turn off the heat because a lot of background noise. So I'm just saying, when you literally look at what they're doing right now, you kind of know, you kind of get an idea of what they're gonna do, but then you don't know what they're gonna do at the same time, because it's like you get these two wide receivers, right? Neither one of them are a number one receiver, but they're a great supporting cast. They're great number twos and they're great number threes. And Thompson is a speedster and he's a special teamer too. So you could use him in different ways. Now, Stephen Jones said itself that basically he wanted to provide competition. And Jason Garrett said that Allen Hurns is on this team to bring out the best in Dez. Now, when you say that, to me, it makes it seem like Dez is pretty much still in play. But then I think about what they're doing. You haven't really spoken to him about his contract yet. My mind is this. In my mind, I'm thinking, if your plans to keep Dez is there, why wouldn't you had already had that conversation with him to let him know, like, even if you're not doing anything with the contract right now, at least have a side conversation. Say, hey, Dez, you're very much involved in this offense this season. We just want to just bring this to your attention that we're going to do this and this and that, and this is what we're going to talk about with you and your agent when that time comes. So, that's another thing. They haven't spoken to him yet. So, now I don't know if the reason why they're not talking to him is because they plan on getting rid of him or what. I mean, there's so many different things going on, and I'm wrecking my mind around it. Like, I'm literally almost tired of talking about Dez for real because I'm just at the point where I'm like, I'll just wait for it. Because Dez, in my opinion, he's still a number one on this team because he still has the ball skills. He can still catch the ball, even though he had a lot of drops. I know y'all said that. He did. But a lot of those drops weren't on him. Some of them were. If you look at the ones where he wasn't concentrating because he was flustered, because he was trying to make a play, he has to also learn too. You got to catch the ball before you make a play. He's working on his routes. Now, I don't care how old or young a player is. You can always better your routes because it's about who's coaching you. Because, again, if you've been around somebody that hasn't been teaching you different things, old dogs can learn new tricks. And, again, he can't run faster, or as far as his physical ability, that can't change, but his physical ability wasn't the issue. The issue was his drops. The issue was he can't help not getting the ball. But at the same time, the team needs to do more with him. You know, to me, it's not all on him. You got to move him around a little bit. Like I was saying in my comments to the other guy, Larry Fitzgerald, when he came out, he struggled. He stayed at one position. He was the X. I think he was like the X position. So now they moved him to the slot. Now all of a sudden he's a route killer. So again, I'm not saying that Dez needs to go into the slot, but he needs to learn those different route trees. That way, he can move. He can get moved to any different position, and that's it. Now also too with Allen Hurns on this team. In my opinion, I think we need to keep Dez because think about it. You got Allen Hurns and him. Two of them, their bodies are almost like the same. Allen Hurns is just 25, 26 years old. He's just a younger Dez in my opinion. So you got those guys doing that. So when teams, it's like a pick your poison offense. So when defenses play against them, they're going to be looking like, okay, do I get Dez? Hush, Coco. What do I get? Dez? Do I check Dez? Do I check Hearns, Thompson, Williams? Now, y'all know that Williams broke his foot. I mean, he had surgery in his foot, and he probably won't be ready for the offseason workouts, but he'll be ready for training camp. Now, the way they talk about Coco, stop whining. I'm sorry, the dog's whining. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in here. He's gonna be on this team, in my opinion, because they don't really talk about. They just when they asked Stephen Jones about him, he didn't seem like stoic. He was like, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna talk too much about him. I'm just gonna say he may not be ready for workouts, but he's working on it. Blah blah, this and that. But when they started talking about Dez, it's a whole different story. We know for a fact that Jerry wants Dez to be here, but the way that Stephen talks about it is just like, I may want to get rid of. And then you got Jason Garrett. When you hear Jason Garrett talk, he's talking like Dez is going to be here. But then when you talk to him again, it's like you really can't gauge what's going on. So at this point, me personally, I'm just like, forget it. If he stays, he stays. I'll actually be sad if he does get cut because we'll never know what it's like to have a powerful offense with him. I mean, come on now. You can't tell me that's not going to be some weapons on this team. I mean, Dak is going to have a lot of guys to throw the ball to that are capable of catching this ball. But again, it all comes down to that cohesion, that chemistry. Dak has to get that with Dez. Tony Romo knew all day what Dez was like. They worked together. Tony Romo, like I said before, Tony Romo said it when they interviewed him. I knew where to put the ball. Dak doesn't know yet where to put the ball at for Dez to catch the ball. And see, Dez is so used to having Tony Romo in that position to do that for him that Dak doesn't do the same thing. But again, I hope that they're working out in this offseason together and throwing the ball and running routes and doing the things so they can work on their craft together, because this is a do or die season for both Dak and Dez if Dez stays, because Dak, they got to pay Dak at some point when his rookie contract is up. So you're either going to pay him, he's going to be your franchise, or if he doesn't do well, they're going to be drafting another quarterback and they're going to be like, all right, bye, Dak. But again, I like Dak. He's a young guy. He's 24 years old. He's very mature. You know, again, just like with all these other quarterbacks, it takes time to become that elite guy. It takes time to become that guy in this league. It doesn't happen overnight. One thing that you guys forget, that with Dak, he literally got thrown into the action. Like, he was a 4th round pick. Y'all criticized the dude like he was a 1st round draft pick. You got to understand that he wasn't expected to do none of this. That's why his contract is only $800,000 damn dollars. Understand that in time, Dak will be great. Now, I just hope that this year that clicks, and I know that it will, because Ezekiel Elliott's back, and that's going to be a tremendous help. Get back to being a ground-and-pound team. Do some shotguns, wildcat, whatever that we have to do to open up the pass. Now, I want Dez to be here because, again, the more weapons, the better. Now, y'all going to be mad if Dez go to another team and he starts beasting and dominating. Then y'all going to be like, oh, well, where'd that come from? Why couldn't he do that here? It's factors that play. And I keep telling y'all that coaching has a lot to do with the fact that some of our players don't succeed. Why the hell do you think they go to other teams and do so well? It's not like it just, the light just clicked on. It's like, oh my God, I know how to play again. It's the schemes. Some of our players don't even get a chance. Like when Martellus Bennett was here. He didn't get that chance. He went to another team. He went to the Bears. He went to the Giants and the Packers, and he had that chance. And the Patriots, he had that chance. Terrence Newman. I mean, he did great things when he was here. That boy's still in the league. He old as hell. He's still in the league. Again, Barry Church leaves. What he had, like 4 interceptions this season? I don't think he's ever gotten that high, that many with us. Again, sometimes it's a scheme, man. You got to know your players. We get so focused on moving our players around. Oh, I want him at cornerback. No, I want him at safety. That whole Byron Jones thing, going left and right and back and forth. So just stick him in cornerback. Get a safety in the draft. Get Earl Thomas. Whatever we need to do in here. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk about Earl Thomas because that gets real sketchy. Don't bite me on that one. But again, I don't think the Cowboys are done in this free agency period either, because I think that they might get another move. They might get another player. Who knows? And if it's Earl Thomas, if it's not, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Now, as far as this draft goes, like I've been saying all month long, and I will continue to say it. What's going on? He is going to. Jerry gonna show out. Point blank. The draft is in Dallas. We're hosting it at our wonderful AT&T Stadium. They already have the blueprints on how they're doing the seating arrangements, what team is going to be here. It's almost going to be like a political conference where you got the delegates over here, you got this here. So they already have everything function how they want to go. So at this point in time, you going to sit here and tell me that we not going to make a splash? We have 10 damn draft picks. We picked number 19 in the first round. We can stay there. We could get Vita Vea. We could get Will Hernandez. I, they got Calvin Ridley coming in for look at tomorrow. Him and some other wide receivers too. They still looking at wide receivers. I don't know why, but we'll see what happens. Now, if we move up, it's gotta be Derwin. Now, if we go up and get Derwin James, you got to go up to the 8th spot because Tampa Bay is picking at 10. Tampa Bay wants Derwin. They've been talking about. They've been openly talking about how much they like. They were salivating over this guy. So, at this point in time, you either move up to get him or you stay at 19. Because even if we stay at 19, there's about 5 quarterbacks coming down in the first 10 picks. You got Josh Rosen. You got Sam Darnold. You got your boy Baker Mayfield. These guys are going to be there. I mean, even Lamar Jackson is there. I mean, he's kind of been sliding down, but somebody's going to pick him too. The Jets might can use him. So, hold on one second, yo. Yeah, so, I'm sorry for keep getting interrupted. I know my dog is whining and barking, you know. The household life. So, what was I saying? I'm sorry. Yeah, so with those quarterbacks going off the charts early, there's going to be a numerous amount of guys that we can pick. Even if we stay at 19 in the first round, there's going to be a capable guy that we can get at 19. And we have options, y'all. So just, just hold on. That first round going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be a lot of teams moving around. And I think the Bills probably going to be moving again, too. So we just got to see what's going on. If you guys are going to be at the draft, you're going to see me. I'm going to be there. Mark's going to be there. We're going to be probably in the RV lot, I think 16 or whatever it is. But we'll see what happens, man. Come out and see us. Come say hi to me if you see my face. I'll be DJing. I'll be doing my thing. I'll be eating because I love to eat. And that's that. Again, I'm excited about this draft. I'm a little worried about this whole Dez situation, but I'm not gonna talk about it no more. I'm just gonna let whatever happens, let the cards lay where they lay. I'm happy about the free agents that we got now for depth, and which is needed. I think that we need to find somebody else too. If we can pick up a safety or whatever, or maybe another linebacker or something, just to get the defense just to basically have some backup just in case, because you never know what's going to happen in the draft, because you can't count on everything, because the guy that you want is not always going to be available. So you have to think about that too. So I just want y'all to think real quick. Think outside the box when y'all looking at. If you guys are doing your own mock drafts, I might end up doing another one, because again, the way the way the picks that we have this year and the way that this draft is real funny. It's ever changing. Every other day is something different. You kind of got to do a mock draft every week because of the situations that's going on right now. I may do another mock draft. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still trying to get the rest of my players together, because my mind changes every day, because every time they do something, I'm just like, I don't know. I got nothing. The Giants look like they're open for ideas to trade Odell Beckham, because he's talking about he not going to step on the field until he get a contract. I mean, after all that stuff that you did when you were smoking in that video, you had the nerve to request for a contract after what you did, bro. I know their owner said that you don't give up on talent, but you do give up on talent if that talent is a cancer to your team or a cancer to your locker room. Now, I'm not saying that he's a cancer to their team, because I don't know. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm not up there in the Meadowlands. I don't know what's going on at MetLife. But all I'm saying is this. If he doing all that, trade him. Now, y'all talk about Dez jumping all on the sideline. Y'all don't understand that Dez is doing that because he's passionate about this team. Dez loves this team. And for you to not think that, are you not watching the games? Are you not watching the interviews when they talk to Dez, because when you hear Dez talk, he's always putting his team first. Always. Yes, he want money. Everybody want money. Don't you want money? Because I want money too. But again, he's good enough to warrant that. Well, he was when he was making his numbers, but again, he can get back to that. It's not like his talent is not there. You got to get the ball to have talent. You gotta have the cohesion on your team for that. Whatever mental breakdown that he had this season, whatever injuries that he had that we didn't find out to the end of the year, whatever was going on in his personal life that he couldn't shake. I mean, it was obviously some stuff going on with Dez that we don't know about personally. Again, y'all have to realize that these people are humans too. You may not care because all you care about is football, which is fine, but understand that these guys are people too. First, they have wives, they have children, they have girlfriends, they got moms and dads, just like you and I do. But at the same time, you have to know that like sometimes, again, you have to learn to separate your personal life from your work. That is true. But sometimes they are human, and humans make mistakes. And I believe that if Dez is still on this team next year, I believe that he's going to have a very good year. Because he hear what y'all saying. He knows what's going on. He's not dumb. I feel like, especially with Allen Hurns, and I agree with Jason Garrett on that one. If he says, if Dez is on this team, Allen Hurns is going to bring the best out of Dez because he's like, oh, I'm hyped because I got competition. Think about it. I'm talking to the guys right quick. Guys, y'all know it's a brolic mentality that we have. Whenever you have one of your guys, if you're doing something by yourself, you're going to have acid half the time, right? But if you got one of your boys that come over and play with you, especially on Madden, or you playing the game, or you playing basketball, or whatever that you do in your personal life, and your boy is good at it too, and y'all going at it, y'all getting hype. This is the same situation that's going to happen with Allen Hurns and Dez. If you watch their Instagrams and their Twitter, they've been talking to each other. Allen Hurns already said himself like, yo, I'm excited to play alongside Dez. I'm excited. So you don't mean to tell me that both of them is gonna be hyped together? Come on now. Think about the possibilities that we have. A healthy, I mean, no, well, he was healthy, but Zeke Elliott playing a full season, and you know he playing mad, so you know what he gonna do. Come on now, sky's the limit, y'all. Y'all gotta be excited. Let's think more positively about this. You know what I mean? Like, let's cross that road when we get there. I know that they're bringing in all these players in for competition, and only the strong gonna survive. So we'll see what happens. So I'm done with my rant. I know y'all probably sick of me, but I'm here to bring it to y'all. That's what I do. I keep it real, and I appreciate all y'all to support me. I love y'all to death. Thanks to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please support your boy. I'm out here trying to bring y'all the realness. That's what I do. Signing off. This is your boy E2 Blue. I'll holler at y'all later.